this video we will look at algebraic expressions, and we can add, subtract them, or divide and multiply, and that will depend on which group they are in. So we can add and subtract only if we have like terms, and that's what we're going to look at in this video. In the second video we will look at multiplying and dividing algebraic expressions, and there you need to know your exponent laws. Okay. Right, so let's say I have a number here like 5x squared. In the first instance, this 5 is in front of a letter, so it's just a number, and we call that the coefficient. And then you have x, which is a letter. Now that could be anything. That's like a little chameleon. That could mean, it could be any number. So we say that's a variable. Finally, you have a little 2 on top of the variable. That's what we call the exponent. Okay, now let's say I have two terms like 5x squared plus 3y, something like that. These are two terms because there is an addition or plus sign in the middle, and a plus or a minus separates terms. So now I only have two separate terms. And when you have a multiplication, like you actually have here 5 times x squared or 3 times y, that's actually what's written there. Times and a multiplication sign, that makes it one term if you have a number with that. Okay, so in this instance I now have two terms. This is one term and this is a second term. So also remember that when we're working with these things. Okay, now when we want to add or subtract, we need like terms. Let's see what is a like term. A like term will have the same exponents and the same variables. That has to be the same for like terms. So if I have 3y plus 2y, I can add them. It'll be 5y. Okay, so those are like terms. But let's change it up a little and let's say 3y squared plus 2y. I can't add that because that is then unlike terms. Can't add that because of this because of this exponent here. That exponent there is 2 and this exponent is 1. So they don't have the same exponent, so I can't add them. Okay. Let's see, what about if I have 6a plus 2b. Now I have a variable that's a and a variable that's b. And the variables are not the same, so I can't add them. But if I had 6a plus 2a, both the variables are now the same, it's a, I could add them. I'll get 8a. Let's change it up even more, make it even more complicated. Let's say I have 6a to the power 4 plus 2a to the power 6. And once again, now the variables are the same, but the exponents are different, and because of that I cannot add them. Alright, let's look at some examples now of where can I add them and where not. Firstly, we have a plus a. Now that is basic. We start with the easiest things. Can I add them? Yes, because it's a plus a. The variables are the same. Now when you're looking to add something, always imagine that there's like a 1 in front. If there's no number, imagine that there's a 1 in front. And you only add those coefficients. So you only say 1 plus 1, and that gives you 2. And then you just add the a like it's a little tail at the end that just comes along for the ride. Okay, so that gives you 2a. Right, in our next example, a plus b, can I add that? No, so it just remains a plus b because the variables are not the same, so I can't add them. In our third example, we have a plus 2a. Once again, imagine that there's a 1 in front of this a plus 2a. Now I'm going to add this 1 and this 2, and that will give me 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. A. So my answer is 3a. I just leave the a's. I don't do anything with the a. Okay. Let's look at question 4. Now we're using the variable x. Once again, it'll be 1x plus 3x minus 6x. I'm going to work with the coefficients. 1 plus 3 minus 6. And this answer is 4 minus 6. It gives me a negative 2. And that's okay. You can have negative numbers. So it's going to be negative 2 and the x at the end. So the answer is negative 2x. That gave you 4 minus 6, yeah, minus 2. All right. Question 5 then. 9y minus 7y. So it's 9 minus 7. Just think of it as the blue numbers, subtract them, and then you get 2. And then once again, you just add that y. So the answer is 2y. Question 6, we mix it up a little. We throw in some exponents now. X squared plus x squared. Once again, just imagine that there are coefficients in the front. Leave the x squared, leave the variables. They mean nothing right now. And we're going to say our answer is 1 plus 1, 2, and x squared is just x squared. We just make that, use black for that. So we didn't change the exponents, we didn't do anything with them, and the answer is just 2x squared. Oops. Right. mn squared plus m squared n. Now this could catch you if you're not awake. The n has an exponent of 2 and the m of 1. On the other side, we have the m an exponent of 2 and the n of 1. So they actually don't have the same exponents, and therefore we can't add them. They are not like terms or unlike terms. And finally, let's see if we can put all this in practice. We have 3xy plus 2x minus 3xy plus 7. Now we need to look for the like terms. We need to look for the things that we can add. And that would be 3xy and 3xy. So I'm going to write them down. 3xy, and I put the little minus that's there in front again, minus 3xy. Then we see that 2x is just on its own there. Oh wait, 7x. 2x and 7x are like terms. And I use the x that's in front, and I just put it there again, plus 2x and plus 7x. So you have to use the operator or operation that they say. You need to use that same symbol. Okay, so now we have 3xy plus 3xy minus 3xy gives you 0xy, and 0 anything is just nothing. It doesn't exist, so that guy's gone. And then we're left with 2 plus 7, and that gives you 9x. Remember to share, like, subscribe, and become part of the Whiteboard SA team.